Ringing up Graeme Kenna.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain here, once again leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. Today is October the 6th. Today is Sunday, the 6th of October 2024, and I believe I've been leaving you daily messages since the 10th of October 2023, and obviously it's regarding my brother, Mr. Talib Hussain, and his abduction, unlawful abduction, incarceration, and false imprisonment by you, the local authority, since the 8th of August 2023, after you had privately commissioned out the services of West Yorkshire Police to incarcerate him in this manner and put me on a bail condition so you could effectively achieve your desired objectives of looking to make my brother your private property so you can financially plunder and profiteer from him, whilst at the same time being on the verge of bankruptcy and failing in your legal duty of care to the vulnerable people that you have a duty of care to. As you know, Mr. Kenna, I've been leaving you daily messages now for fast approaching a year, and I've been equally liaising with your social worker, Mr. Christopher Browell, and equally leaving him daily messages, and communicating with him prior to my arrest and detention. There will be consequences to this, but presently you are falsely detaining my brother, you're torturing him, you're denying him access to meet his family, namely myself and my sister. You're putting no provisions in place to safeguard his best interests. All you're doing is looking to exploit your position of authority to target and victimize both me and my brother and my family, as you have been doing for the longest of times. I have been doing for a long time, liaising and trying to reconcile and cooperate with yourself, but you are lying, cheating crooks. You are malevolent and malicious, and refusing to now. Why are you refusing to speak to me? Come on, it's good to talk, isn't it? We want to have a record of what we're saying, so you put things in writing. Well, I don't need that. You're talking antiquated terminology here. Writing things down was one record that you can manipulate, but now I audio record things and publicize them. There's a permanent record, a far more superior form of recording and record keeping than you do. And so what you want to do is you want to rely on you want to create an effective trust, so we can trust you because of the titles and the positions and the authority that you hold on. Frankly, the reality is that you've lost all credibility and trust. The only credibility that I'm looking to achieve is the credibility of my care cost remuneration charging policy. You owe me £1 million a day now. That's the reality of it. Previous to this, you've been exploiting my labour, which is £1 million a week for the care cost. So this is all just a care cost issue. You don't have the money, and you will rather lie, cheat, and manipulate, prostitute the judges. This is what you've done as a local authority. You've got High Court judges and justices, Mr. Justice Cobb and Mr. Justice Cohen, to prostitute out their services in order to help you cover up your own systemic failures in adult social care and your mismanagement of public money. That's what you've done. Well, congratulations. Let me give you a round of applause. This is abuse of power, control, and dominance. Where are your so-called British values now of equality, humanity, egalitarianism? All lies and deceptions that you've been peddling in order to fool the people, in order to maintain the present status quo, and you're fast failing. There is the bankruptcy that you're on the verge of is an inevitability. There is an inevitability to your bankruptcy. Your days of tyranny are coming to an end. The only thing that's going to happen now, as far as you're concerned, is that you're going to instigate and precipitate World War III in order to then distract the public to uncover up your own systemic failures. But the bottom line is, that's a larger international issue. But primarily with myself, you're going to end up murdering my brother, as you've clearly murdered my mother. And this is just basically, you've been been just given full reign to do as you please, whilst you're commissioning the services of the police and the courts and the judges to achieve your villainous evil objectives. You see, your villainy and tyranny has not been affected by the economic crisis. All it's really done is taken the cover off it. There is no hiding behind the fact of the actions that you're perpetrating and precipitating. The reality is that the kid gloves are off. There is no pretext anymore. There's no veil that you're operating behind. It's all open and transparent now, how you've been operating, how you've been torturing and murdering the weak and the vulnerable in order to maintain the status quo, and then just saying, oh no, it was an act of God. It's not an act of God when you're involved, the local authority, because you believe that you are God. You are heathenists, Satanists, Baphomet worshipping psychopaths that are acting like God by murdering and torturing people, and then going under the guise and proviso, or it's a law. Which law? Who made the law? Laws that you don't keep to yourself. There's no basis or legal basis for you to have detained my brother in the manner that you are presently detaining him. All I'm asking for is a reasonable explanation. All I'm asking you to speak to us, and you cannot speak to me. Why can't you speak to me? What's wrong? I just want to talk. Oh, Mr. Hussain, you're recording us and I feel very threatened by you. What have I said? Name me one thing that I've said that I've threatened you. I've recorded all my interactions. That's the only way to deal with psychopaths like you, lying, cheating scoundrels. When have I ever threatened anybody? All right, I've not threatened anybody. It is you that have come down with an abuse of power, kidnapped my brother, and are now holding him hostage and torturing him to death. That's what you're doing. I've not done anything. All I'm saying is I want to speak to you. I want you to explain to me how exactly that you've taken my brother and what are my brother's legal rights. All you're looking to do, this is just purely finances. It's a money-oriented issue. You've not been paying my brother his social care costs of £410.70, which you were paying indirectly to myself through direct payments, which you've then all clawed all that back, clawed all everything that you've ever paid back, and more so, you've destroyed and stolen my family trust fund money and put me into perpetual servitude and bondage to you, and now you're denying me access to see my brother. Who do you people think you are? You think you're God? This is just lies and deceptions that you've been perpetrating and peddling and psychologically gaslighting and torturing me with it. All I'm asking you to do is just explain things to me, and your attitude is, we can't talk to Mr. Hussain. Don't talk to him, isolate him, let him, let him stay in his, wallow in his distress. And this is the reality, is that you are creating a distressful situation for myself, so you can remain in your position, you can maintain your position of authority and control and dominance and power. And that's what it comes down to. You are deliberately neglecting me and my brother and my family, and have been doing for such a long time by violating our basic human rights. But the human rights you don't care about.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
Okay, Mr. Kenna, once again, time is getting the better of me, and I'm looking to wrap up this conversation. It's now been 426 days. And every single day is torturous to both me and my brother, in clear deprivation and violation of his rights and liberties. You are denying my brother his basic rights in clear violation. You have no right to do this, and you're torturing him. You're going to murder him. You're going to steal all his money, dissipate all his money. You're going to eventually harvest his organs and force him into your cemetery so you can cover everything up. This is completely deplorable and despicable. And Mr. Kenna, you personally are held liable and responsible because of your ongoing negligence and neglect in speaking to me. This is completely reprehensible and deplorable, and I'm urging you to engage with me, to allow me to speak to my brother as you had done so at the end of May and June.
Sorry, but you've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen, message sent. Goodbye.
So every single day I need to leave a message to these people, only for them to just simply disregard and ignore it. They are now going to murder my brother, and I'm doing everything I can to prevent him being murdered in this manner. And this is how they operate. They're going to steal all his money, dissipate all his money, and then kill him off. They've got over nearly 150, 200,000 pounds of his money, and this is how they operate. They're abusing their position, power, and authority, and can do so with impunity, because nobody can hold them to account. account? Who's going to hold them to account? The judges and the judiciary are in their back pocket, fully perverted the whole institution of British justice, because they need to cover up their own failures and lies and deceptions and debauchery and tyrannies continuing all the while. And this is completely unacceptable, but there's very little I can do other than leave messages, because what they want is they want me to react with violence and aggression. Then they can throw me under the bus, as what they're trying to do. They're trying to set me up on stage events and try to force my hand, but I hope to remain calm, cool and collected.